I was watching this video on Instagram that had just popped up. It was like some old like interview or whatever, and the lady was talking about how like a lot of people complain that they don't get a lot of opportunities in life, but it's because they're not really looking. And so as soon as he said that, I was intrigued, because I was like, hey, I don't get that much opportunity, this and that, whatever the case may be. I was like, oh, I'm unlucky, things don't happen for me, whatever, right? And she talked about this idea of like, if you were to go to work and you went through traffic and you saw a bunch of cars or whatever, you wouldn't look at any of the cars, right? You wouldn't even notice anything. And if someone at work was like, yo, how much red cars did you see today? You would be like, what? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, right? But if you went to work the next day and someone said, okay, count how much red cars you see tomorrow, every time you would come to work and you would see like, hundreds, thousands, whatever amount of cars, a select few would be red, right? And you would be able to, oh, that red car, that red car. It's like the same thing when you're like driving and like, you see all these cars passing and you don't give a you don't care. But then when someone says, yo, how much Teslas did you see or something? Now you start noticing it more, right? Because now your brain highlights, I think it's called halo effect or something like that, right? When you're thinking about something, you notice it more, right? And so she was like, now think about how much red cars you would see if you went to work knowing that you were looking out for them, and you would see a lot more. You'd be like, damn, there's a lot of red cars in the street. And you have to do the same thing with opportunities. If you are not looking for the opportunities, you're never going to see them. And when she said that, it automatically clicked in my head. I was like, yo, wait, that makes so much sense. If you're obviously not actively looking for the opportunities, how would you ever see them? And it's almost like, another thing that she should have mentioned is like, you kind of need to have an objective for the opportunity, because like you can't just look for any opportunity. Like say if you're looking for the opportunity to meet a girl, now you're gonna be looking at a lot of girls, right? If you're looking for the opportunity of a car that you might want, you're gonna look for that car. If you're looking for the opportunity to get in shape, you might be looking for more gyms around your area. Whatever the case may be, right? You kind of need some objective. You can't just look for any opportunity. You need to know what opportunities you're looking for in what sector of life or whatever it may be, right? And once you get it down, you'll start seeing it so much more often, and it's like, oh my God, like I started doing this myself. So I'm trying to really get into like having my own business essentially, right? Because I want to eventually like, I don't want to work a job forever, whatever the case may be, right? So I'm like, yo, I never have ideas. These ideas never come to me. It doesn't make sense, this and that. But then it's like, once I started looking for business opportunities, they're everywhere. And it's not only just business. I was like, what else did I say? Oh, I would be like, yeah, not that I want to have a girl right now. Like I'm not in the mood to date or anything, but I was like, I never see attractive girls in real life, right? And then when I said that to myself, I started looking for attractive girls, like girls that I actually find attractive, whatever. And I started seeing them everywhere. And I was like, what the hell? Like, it's like once you start like, well, as soon as you think of the objective, the opportunity start showing up, right? And it's just simply you weren't looking for them hard enough because you weren't paying attention to them. And so I'm seeing all these attractive girls, I'm seeing all these business opportunities, and I'm starting to think like, damn, like how, like I think of myself as pretty observant, like I'm a people watcher, I do all types of stuff, but when you're not objectively looking for something, you become so oblivious to them. And once you start actively like putting the halo effect or whatever the case may be, you start noticing all types of opportunities, and you start seeing like, you almost feel like super lucky. And it's like, oh my God, like I literally would do all these things. Like I would see these girls, I would see these, and I would literally tell myself, oh my God, I'm so lucky, because how am I noticing these things right now? And it's almost like you also have to like, it almost creates your own luck. If you tell yourself like, I'm lucky, you say it enough times, it will happen. And it's like all part of this like whole self-image thing. Like if you believe yourself to be a type of person, your real life like will somehow like, it comes into fruition. It's so crazy to like say it, but like you say things to yourself, your body and mind believes it, and it comes out. Like Conor McGregor and like all these big athletes talk about like this idea of like manifestation and things, and it's real. It's completely real. And you can do it at the smallest scale or the biggest scale. Like even something as simple as like I would go into the gym and I would envision that the first locker I open would be a clear one, and normally it's not, right? Like I open, there's like clothes in there, and people don't have locks or whatever the case may be. And once I started envisioning it, and I was like, I'm the type of person, like not even like, I would be like, okay, the first locker I open is gonna be empty, and I did it, and 3 days in a row it happened. And then you start envisioning like the different types of business opportunities that you want, like the ones that I want to pursue, and I start like seeing them online, and like the videos start popping up, or I'm looking at business websites and I'm seeing like this business is listed, or the girls that I find attractive, I start seeing them in real life more often, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like and you start feeling this like level of luck. And once you start considering yourself a person who's lucky, somehow you just get more and more lucky because you just start noticing more opportunities. And because you believe yourself to be someone of luck, it starts happening more. It's like you manifested the luck and it actually happens. But I'm telling you, you need to get into this idea of manifestation and envisioning and your self-image. When you just need to start looking for opportunities, because once you do, you'll see them more often and you'll feel luckier. And because you are the type of person who sees opportunities, you're the type of person who believes he's lucky, these things will naturally start just being attracted to you. You won't have to chase after these girls, these businesses, these things that you want in life. They all just start naturally flowing to you, and you just have to take the action upon them. Like literally, I think Conor McGregor in an interview says like something like, if you have the vision enough to see it and you have the courage to speak it, it will happen. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And you just need to learn how to do it. Do it with small things like I did with the locker, and to see that it genuinely does work. And like, do it with the red cars, do whatever. And then once you eventually have an objective, you'll find the opportunities in them. I promise.